All right, folks, with me now is Dr. Alicia Campbell, a renowned dermatologist. And Dr. Campbell will be sharing essential tips on how to protect our skin during these long, very warm, I'm not even going to say hot because it's very, very warm this summer. Good morning. Welcome to Smile. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. We need you this morning, where we need you all summer. Dermatologist deals with the skin overall.
Right. Skin, hair, and nails.
Skin, hair,
and nails.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Which have we do it here? You're not a barber. What's going on with that? Tell me about that.
So, hair disorders mostly are medical disorders, right?
Like alopecia and stuff.
Alopecia is a very fancy word for hair loss, but there are different kinds of alopecia. For example, male pattern hair loss is what we call androgenetic alopecia. Very fancy big words, but to break it down, it has to do with hormones, your genes, and everything combined.
Wow.
And that is why hair loss primarily is a medical condition.
I didn't know that. But mostly skin.
Skin.
What we do? Because we hear that the sun is good for you because you get vitamin D. Mm-hmm. But when it's this warm, you don't want to be out there for too long, do you?
Right. July is UV Awareness Month, actually. And what it is that the
Ultraviolet,
US... Ultraviolet, right. UV stands for ultraviolet.
Yeah.
And really, ultraviolet is just the sun shining down on us. We can't see it, we can't feel it, but the effects are occurring in our skin and in our bodies. Now, what happens is there are certain periods of the day, from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. when that ultraviolet ray exposure and potency is really high. So those are the hours that we should be very critical about thinking about how long we spend in the sun during those hours.
I'm a football coach, and we don't have any covered fields in Jamaica, so I'm in the sun almost every day for a couple hours, and those are the times that we train.
That is
we
true.
train about 2 to 4. So what do I do if I have to be out there? How do I protect myself, my skin, the boys?
So number one, in protecting yourself during those hours would be to wear sunscreen. That is the most effective tool for protecting your skin while in the sun.
Yeah, sorry to jump in. Sunscreen and suntan lotion is two different things?
Two different things. Absolutely
so what
two
does
different.
suntan lotion do?
So suntan lotion is a lotion that has a pigment in it that will give you a certain color, a certain bronzy hue to the skin. Right?
So it does not protect the skin?
Not necessarily. There are some suntan lotions that might have a little sunscreen in it.
Okay.
But if it doesn't have sunscreen in it, it doesn't protect the skin.
And the sunscreen now, they have numbers on them. What is a good number? What is the best number?
So this is what I'd like to tell everyone, right? Especially here in the tropics, where we're always exposed to the sun 24 hours. Well, not 24 hours, majority of the day. It's best to have a sunscreen with an SPF. An SPF is sun protection factor of at least 15.
At least 15?
15, right. Now, it's been proven through research that this factor, that level, will give you protection if applied correctly. So that means you apply a very generous amount, right? You rub it in, rub it out until it's no longer as white and so on. And that will give you good protection. Now, importantly, you must reapply. At least every 2 hours, you should be reapplying.
But if you're just in the sun for 2 hours, you're fine?
Yes, as long as you applied it correctly.
Yeah, the higher the number, the better it is for you?
That is a misconception.
Okay.
Yes. So the higher the number is sort of like the longer it will take to wear off. So
but it
to
doesn't
speak.
necessarily protect you any better than the 15.
If it's not applied correctly, you are not getting the correct benefit.
When you say not applied correctly, you just put it in your hand and wipe it on your face and wipe it off.
No, man.
Then how you apply it?
No, you need to put in a good amount, right?
Rub it
At
up.
least a teaspoon amount, for example, the face.
A plenty.
Right? A plenty. You have to put plenty.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And you want to make sure, you want to rub it in rub it into the nose, rub it into the forehead
Yeah,
area.
because I burn on the forehead and the
Yes.
nose. Yeah.
Don't forget the ears.
I don't use the
and
ears
the
at all.
neck,
Me not do that
right? And then so you want to make sure you cover all the areas. And if your hands and legs are exposed as well, you really should be rubbing.
You already
sunscreen
said that
there.
it's a myth, but why would the higher number not be more protective? That don't make no sense.
Okay, so the higher number just speaks to how broad it covers.
So from you get
right?
15, you're good.
From you get 15, at least 15, you're good.
So 40 don't help you no more than 15.
So if it's not applied correctly. So for you now, when you're outside playing football, go for the 100. Because you're getting broad protection from UV,
so it
A,
does,
and B.
So it does help the higher number.
It does help as long as you apply it correctly.
You say apply it correctly about 70,000 times, you know. But
because if you don't apply it correctly, it's like you're not wearing it at all.
Yeah, but Dr. Alicia, no apply correctly that.
You miss your eyes. A while ago, around the eyes.
Okay.
You miss between the nose where you're always burning, as you say. You miss on the top of the lip. You miss down here.
There's a spray one that work too.
So the sprays are lovely, but here's the deal. A lot of persons spray them like perfume. Yeah? What we want is total coverage. And
So
in
spray it
order,
in your hand and do the same thing?
that's a good trick. Spray it into the hand so you get a good amount, and then make sure you rub it all over. You want to cover all the areas of exposed skin.
At least I'm like, you know, but it's some myth you come because I thought the higher number, because when I go in to try to get it, 70 had me I look for, you know.
For you, you're playing football, the
70
higher
good.
number, it just means it's more broader coverage.
Yep.
That's good. But for those of us who are going to school, going to work, 8 to 5, you're not 15 is okay.
Yeah, my producer probably giving me a hard time because she have some highlights here. One of them I'm going to jump to is, this is to help you, by the way, antioxidants. It's a you must have. What is an antioxidant, by the way?
Okay, so an antioxidant is a particle or chemical that occurs naturally most time, for example, vitamin C and vitamin E. And what they do is they interact with what we like to call free radicals, right? So when the sun hits your skin, it interacts with the things that make up your skin cells and it causes damage. That damage releases these free radicals, and these antioxidants come in and sort of help to mop that up and help to clear it out of the body and help to prevent it from causing things like skin cancer and so forth.
What kind of food, juice, drink that I find antioxidant?
You know, I love sorrel.
You love sorrel?
Love sorrel. I love Jamaican fruits and vegetables and so on, and I love sorrel.
And that is?
Sorrel is rich with antioxidants. You know, it might not be available all year round, but you do have some juices that contain it. Yeah. Orange juice is a favorite. But when it comes to skin as well, it's important to know that it's best if you apply the antioxidants to the skin. You get more of a benefit.
Yeah, my juice man gave me sorrel and Irish moss over the weekend. So I'm good.
Apply it to your skin, it's even better.
I like you.
Thank you.
Very well explained. Oh, one more thing. Wait this. Oh, you didn't speak about it. Well, it say hydrate and avoid dry skin.
Yeah.
I know the hydration part, that is straightforward. When you say avoid dry skin, what I must do to avoid the dry skin?
So, you know, dry skin is an issue because when your skin is dry, what's happening is that the protective function of your skin is not at its full capacity. So you get itchy skin and then you break the skin some more by scratching. And that can also lead you to develop things like contact dermatitis, other skin allergies.
How I ensure my skin don't dry?
Lotions and absorbable oils like almond oil, right? Even little olive oil, right?
Over my whole skin body?
In the summer period, especially if you have really, really dry skin, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me, Neville.
It is my pleasure. Sit with me for a while. Don't move.
Okay.
Her name is Dr. Alicia Campbell, and she's a dermatologist. All right, still to come, we discuss the legal system and the Privy Council's rules and laws. That's hugely important. Stay with us, please. Dr. Alicia.
And she know